Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is John and this is your Modern Tech Breakdown. Today I'm taking a look at something a little bit off the beaten path for this channel. Are the streaming wars over? Let's jump into it. Here we have an article from Bloomberg covering the issue, and it seems like perhaps the war of attrition between these content makers is cooling off. So Apple tries to rein in Hollywood spending after years of losses. Netflix extended its lead over fellow streaming services last quarter, adding another 8 million customers and raising forecasts for both sales and profit margins. Whether or not you believe Netflix has won the streaming wars, the company feels secure enough in its position to curb spending. Management is looking to restrain budgets for shows and push down the premiums paid to producers. Disney, Paramount, and Warner Bros. Discovery are all cutting back to reduce their streaming losses. So industry leader Netflix is cutting budgets, and it would seem that the other players are following suit. Apple, Disney, Paramount, all reducing budgets. So it seemed that the streaming wars are cooling off. Those companies are trying to make a profitable business. Apple specifically has spent big money on content and is looking to curtail its losses on their streaming service. Apple has made some really great content. I really liked Napoleon. Didn't get the best reviews, but I liked it. Severance is phenomenal, if you ask me. I didn't personally really enjoy Silo, Dark Matter. These are just the shows I've personally watched on Apple TV Plus. Those shows weren't terrible. I'm not going to watch season 2 of them. So like any production company, it's a bit of a mixed bag. It's been several years now, but I've always wondered why Apple got into this business in the first place. Let's scroll down here a little bit. This article gets into it a little bit further down. Apple invests in entertainment to sell more consumer devices, not to make money in Hollywood. Entertainment services like music, TV, and games generate billions of dollars in sales, but they also create a halo effect around the brand. They make you more likely to buy an iPhone. A brand halo effect does make sense, but I'm not sure that's the driving reason why Apple got into the content game in the first place. There's some overlaps between Apple's core business and Hollywood. They're both based in California. Many Hollywood production teams use a good bit of Apple hardware. Apple has invested in developing camera systems for its phones, so they probably have built some relationships in the camera hardware production business. And Apple does have a hardware install base that makes distribution fairly straightforward. And now that the Vision Pro is out, I wonder if Apple planned to have their own content for their new AR/VR headset. I'm sure Apple's been working on the Vision Pro for some time, although Apple TV Plus came out in 2019. Apple could have been working on the Vision Pro at that time. But lastly, there's a little bit in this article that I find hilarious, and let's jump down to that. Apple wants to end what some call the Apple tax. Because the company is worth more than $3 trillion, people assume it can and will spend more than anyone else. The Apple tax term being used in this manner is funny to me. The term Apple tax was always used in the context of the higher prices you have to pay for Apple products. I always remember something as simple as a power adapter always costing just a bit more than you'd expect. It's not $50, it's $80, that kind of thing. This was the so-called Apple tax. So Apple users have become accustomed to paying this Apple premium over the years. I find it hilarious that now Apple finds themselves trying to eliminate the premium they seemingly have to pay to Hollywood content makers. But anyways, that's not necessarily a full tech story for you today. More of a tech adjacent story that I find interesting. As always, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.